Welcome back to the Code Wolf. Today we've got a very cool scenario to explore together. We're going to learn how to create AI videos using the Sora AI model on Azure. Now, Sora has been around for a little bit, but it just launched on Azure very recently. Azure and AI Foundry provide a great development experience, so we'll see how to get our AI resources set up there. Then we'll walk through a small sample app together to see how to generate videos using minimal code. The sample app is available on GitHub in both .NET and Python, so you can follow along with your preferred language. Let's get started. If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to support the channel and more content like this, and to help reach the goal of 10,000 subscribers by .NET 10. To follow along with this video, you will need an Azure account. So you'll want to go out to azure.microsoft.com and sign up for an Azure account. And you can try it for free, and usually there's promotions where you get free credits. So just go ahead and create that account. And after you do that, you'll want to go to portal.azure.com, so kind of the main Azure portal where you interact with your resources. And so here on the home page, you're going to want to search for this Azure OpenAI resource. So we're going to be creating this and working with this. You can also find that by searching up here for Azure OpenAI. And I already have one OpenAI service, but let's create a new one so that we can see how this works and how this needs to be set up. So for your resource group, this can be anything. I'll just create a new one. We'll call this Code Wolf Sora. And then for the region, this is the part that's important. So I want to make sure we get this right. At the time of this recording and based on my research, Sora is only available in East US 2 region. So you do need to pick this region. This will probably change rapidly. So by the time you watch this, it might be in other regions. But right now, this was the only region where there was capacity and deployment options for this. So here we can call this Sora AI or something like that. And for the pricing, I'll just choose the standard, but make sure you read the pricing details or check if you have free credits because video creation is more expensive than just chat and text and images and things like that. So make sure you check out those pricing details. And then let's click next. And we can just leave the network settings at the default and just kind of go through the default settings here. It's going to run some final validation. And then we can click create to finish out that resource. Okay, so our deployment finished, so we can click go to resource. And here's our new OpenAI service. And so Sora is a special model that sits kind of on top of this OpenAI service that excels at video creation. And so the last thing you'll want to note is that in this portal view, you can see your keys and endpoints. We'll come back to that later when we're setting up our code. But for now, let's jump over to Azure AI Foundry to deploy the Sora model. So Azure AI Foundry is kind of the main working environment for AI on Azure infrastructure. And there's all kinds of things you can do here. But if we go over to this video option, this is in preview, and you can see it gives all kinds of examples of what you can do with Sora, which is pretty cool. And so you can click this Deploy Now button, but I prefer to actually go down to our deployments area where we can manage these directly. So just make sure you have your AI service selected up here that you created, and then choose Deploy Model and Base Model. And then we pick Sora, so you can see this excels at video generation, whereas these other ones are chat and text and so on. So the input is text, the output is video. And then let's say confirm, and then we can look at our details here. And so you can see under the resource location, it says East US 2. You want to stick with that for now to make sure that you get capacity and can actually deploy this. And you can see that capacity listed here. So I'm going to say deploy, and it's going to go ahead and set that up for us. And when it finishes, it'll give you the details about this service. So now we're actually ready to interact with this through code and start generating our videos. All right, so once you have all your resources set up in Azure, the next thing you'll want to do is download the sample app for this video. And this is available in both .NET and Python. They're each just a simple one-file app that sets up all the code for you. So you just have to plug in your API key and endpoint, and then you can run the app. And so you can find those values in your AI service. If you go under Resource Management, Keys, and Endpoint, you'll just need to copy a key and an endpoint and then paste those into the app. So just make sure you know where to find this page on your resource and you'll be good to go. So you'll just want to clone down this app. Now, both of these actually do include a README, so there's also instructions here on how to get set up with both of these. In this video, I'm going to walk through the .NET version since I'm a .NET developer by trade, Conceptually, both apps are exactly the same. It's just a matter of syntax. They both have the same flow and steps. So for example, if you pull down the Python app, you're going to want to plug in your endpoint and API key, and then here's the Python code. But we're going to walk through the equivalent .NET version. And so I've already plugged in my keys. And if we look through this app, there's really three primary steps here. So the first one is to create a video generation job. So the way this works is you send out a request to Sora on Azure and you tell it what type of video you want to make and what the specs of that video are. But creating videos takes a little bit of time, so it actually just creates a batch job out in Azure and then it returns a job ID. And you can use that ID to keep pinging Azure to see if it's done yet. But we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. So in this video creation job, this body part, these are kind of the specs that we're sending to Azure for the video we want. So this is probably the most important part. And so we have our prompt, and this is similar to what you would type into something like ChatGPT. So we're just saying a realistic video of a samurai walking through a Japanese garden, etc. And we want that video in 1280 by 720 resolution. Now this is fairly high. You might want to bring this down a little bit to make the video render faster, or if you're doing this in bulk and you're cost conscious, you could probably save money using a smaller resolution. I do recommend reading through this article about the video generation. I'll put a link to this in the description, but it tells you what resolutions are supported. So you can go all the way down to 480 by 480, and the video can be up to 20 seconds long and so on. So I'd recommend reading through these requirements. But I'm putting together a pretty average video here with these requirements, and we're also just specifying the model as Sora. And on this line 31, you can see we're sending this as a post request, and that means we're creating that video generation job. So a post request over HTTP is to create. And then down here in the second section, this is where we pull for this job status. And that's why here we say get string async. So this time we're getting the results of the job that was created. And so for this URL at the top, we plug in the job ID that was returned from the create request up here. So we're just sending a get request to a similar URL here. And you'll notice this is in a do loop. So do while the status has not succeeded or failed. So that means keep running this pinging request while we're waiting for the job to finish. And that's why there's a 5-second delay inside of here. So every 5 seconds, we check to see if our video is ready. Now, when the status says succeeded, that's when we actually download our video and save it to the file system. So you can see here we're saying file write all bytes, and we just take that response and save it to a file. And that's really all there is to it. We just set up the request for the type of video we want and tell Azure to create that. Then we sit and wait for that to finish. So we keep asking Azure if it's done yet. And then after it's done, we save those results out to a file. So let's actually try running this. So I'm just going to say .NET run over here in our terminal. And so this gives a response of the job that was created. So it kind of prints back our information. And you can see down here it's saying job status is running. So every 5 seconds it's going to say that it's running with another update. And in my experience, this takes about 20 to 30 seconds to make a video. So we'll see. And you can see the status switch to processing. So it's just about done. And the video generation succeeded. And now it's going to write that out to a file in our project. And so if we expand our Explorer, you can see we now have this output.mp4 here. And we can actually play this in VS Code. So you can see there's our samurai. And this is a pretty terrible result, actually. His head just spun in a circle. I always think this is interesting. Some of the results I've gotten are really good, and others are just bizarre, like that one. So we could always run this again and see if we get a better result this time. So I'll just pause while this finishes. And so the second one finished, and let's see if we get a little bit better result this time. So let's play this video. And so far that looks a little bit better. The model is a little bit rigid here as he's walking, but overall I think this is a pretty good result. So that's cool. And if we go back to our prompt, we can change this to everything. So it doesn't have to be a realistic video. We could say a sci-fi robot, and it's giving us a prompt here for a futuristic city with neon lights. So sure, let's just take that in cyberpunk style. Let's see what it comes up with. So I'll run this one more time just as an example of a different type of video, and we'll see what it comes up with. And they're finished, and this is already looking pretty cool. So let's see what this looks like in motion. So a little bit of a strange video, but definitely a big change from our previous example. So it's a lot of fun to play around with this. I encourage you to keep running different prompts and feel free to modify the length here and the resolution and see what you get. I think this is a really cool thing to experiment with, and it's great that it's now so easily available on Azure. So please consider subscribing or hitting the like button to support the channel, and I'll see you next time.